So this is the outside of the lean-to. Everything that I have done to this lean-to, I have pretty much spent no money. I mean, I bought maybe a few 2x4s, a few screws, but pretty much everything on this, I have no money in it. This building is a 20 by 25 foot building. The building, I built it because I ended up getting a horse. There's the horse there. Her name is Sadie. She's a little shy. Hi, Sadie. But this is her stall. As you can see, I haven't cleaned it out recently, and I need to. I normally clean it out and put it there. This is the door. I haven't yet got finished. It's supposed to go up in front of her stall so I can pretty much lock her in if I need to. She's got a grain bucket here, and then water trough, and pretty much trough for her hay. And then over here in the corner I got a salt block for her. All the 2x4s, pretty much an old job I used to have. They were remodeling the building, and all the 2x4s in it were all kiln 2x4s, and they were just going to throw them out. So I said, oh, you know, don't throw them out, I'll take them. I didn't have, you know, any reason why I needed the 2x4s. I didn't have any plans to be putting this up when I took them. But, you know, I said, yeah, sure, I'll take them. Some 2x4s I got from my father-in-law. Some 4x4s I got from my father-in-law. The door there was an old pallet that I got from one of my old jobs. And I mean, I really didn't have any plans to build this. And when I built it, I really didn't have a plan of how I was going to build it. I just kind of started building walls and start putting it up. The 6x6s that are in the very front corners, I had originally bought, one of the things I had originally bought, I was gonna use them for a canopy, and that didn't end up working out, so I ended up using them for the building. All the sheet metal, the job I have now, they were remodeling their building there, and it came off the old building. Some of the aluminum that you see on the outside, that came off an old barn, and also got from my father-in-law. The blue corner pieces I got from my old job. Like this, all this aluminum came off an old barn. Well, I mean, the majority of the building's aluminum on the outside, except for a little bit of the roof. I don't know if I'll be able to show it. Yeah, a little bit of the roof is metal, because I was running out of aluminum. And my job I have now, when they were remodeling, they were taking some old metal off the building, so I ended up using it. This is one of the doors I made. I used some of the 2x4s I got and just built a door, and then put metal on the outside and on the inside. I can close it. This stall is for my tractor and hay for the horse. I've got some extra metal left over that I'm probably going to end up using on it. But the door I made so I can latch and lock. I didn't put any of the poles in the ground because the building's not going to stay here forever. I'll end up probably moving it. So one of the ways, because I got nervous one day when it was real windy, and I went in here to check on it, even though one side's open and the other side's kind of open. I came in here to check it, and it started lifting off the ground. So to put these in the ground, or put it in the ground, or tie it to the ground anyway, I have cable that I have gotten from work too. I had, you know, access to all this stuff. In the ground I have anchors. I'll show you what the anchors look like. But I pretty much bought these anchors. That look like this. They screw into the ground about, I think it's 3 feet. Sadie wants attention. But anyway, they go about 3 feet in the ground, and with the cables, I got these here to adjust and like tighten the cables. I need to re-tighten them again because they're starting to get loose again from all the wind and flexing and stuff. And for the cables, I just kind of made a loop and then use these to clamp them down, clamp the cable together so that way they don't come apart. But I wrap the cables up around my poles, as you can see, and then tied them down to the ground through my anchors. And then there's the clamps to clamp the cables. There's my adjustment rods, and then another clamp. But all the wood I got free, all the metal I got free. Like I said, you know, I just didn't really have any plan building it when I got the horse. I knew I had to build a shelter for her, and I just kind of started building with what I had, and you know, thinking in my head of, you know, what boards need to go where and how to build it and things like that. Over here where I got the hay, I could store about 50 bales of the way I have it set up. And for my electricity, I mean, it's not really much. There's a little box over in the corner. It's got like 4 plug-ins in it. Right now I got the light on, and then I have my trough heater for the water. So I got wire that runs all the way over to the trough, and then I put this pipe in so the cord stays up out of the water. And then my trough there, looks like I need to add water to it, and then the heater sits in the bottom and keeps the, you know, water around, I don't know, probably 40 degrees. And then the hay. But for the cables, I have them in 6 different spots. I have it in that corner, I have it in the front corner over there, I have it here, I have one over in that corner where that plug-in is, I have one in the middle there where I showed you, and then one is supposed to go back in behind the hay. I haven't put it in yet because I stuck the hay in before I put the anchors in. But yeah, that's pretty much how I built it and why I built it. Horse seems to be pretty happy. Wants lots of attention. And I normally keep a bucket of grain in here for her too. That's over here on the floor. I keep a little tote with 2 bags of 50 pound bags of grain. Yeah, like I said, this door here used to be an old pallet, and that old pallet was used for a lot of things. I used it in the dog house when the dogs were in the dog house, and it eventually turned into a door to separate the horse from the tractor area and all the hay and stuff like that. The only thing I have for the door is I have a bungee cord just to hold it shut, and then I can open it and go in. Normally, to clean out her stall, I never really use the tractor. I've got a rake. It's especially when it's, you know, cold and frozen. It's a lot easier. I use my rake here to clean it out. Makes it real easy and doesn't pile up in there. But here's the outside of the building again. All the corner pieces and everything, I mean, came from off the old building. Hopefully one of these days I'll get that door done so I can lock her in. And I mean, that's pretty much everything I did about this lean-to. You know, I got boards that go from the center poles to the roof to support the roof for extra weight. And as you can tell, like I said, didn't really have much plan to this. As you can tell, I used extra short pieces of 2x4 to help tie like 2 or 3 2x4s together. I know it's not the right way to do it, but it actually worked, and worked out in my favor. And just kind of like over here, I tied a couple boards together with smaller boards to help support them. I also did it on my doorway to help support the boards in between. And when I first built this, I had built it without these two 2x4s in the center, but when I was putting the roof on, it started sagging in the center real bad, so I ended up putting 2 2x4s there to help support it more, so if it snows it'll have extra, you know, it'll support the weight from all the snow being on the roof. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this building. It took me a while to do it, but in the end it was well worth it. I have somewhere to store my tractor now. The horse has somewhere to go in for shelter, and makes everything a lot easier for the horse and me.